How can the universe be growing? What kind of black magic is this? Like, at one point, the entire universe was just a tiny atom, and using some science and astronomy, that tiny atom became this? Yep, let me show you how. So, in the beginning, the universe was a singularity. It had a size of 0, a mass of 0, and was stationary. Suddenly, for reasons unknown, the atom exploded. This released crazy amounts of energy and turned the baby singularity into a giant oven. In this oven, your traditional physics didn't make sense. A microsecond later, the first neutrons, protons, and electrons formed. But so did their antimatter pairs. And we all know what happens when matter and antimatter collide. Within the next second, almost all of the antimatter and matter in the entire universe was annihilated. However, there was a slight imbalance, so we were left with more matter. In the next 3 minutes, these protons and neutrons fused and formed the first hydrogen and helium nuclei. Another 380,000 years later, the universe cooled and created the perfect conditions to form the first hydrogen and helium atoms, turning a universe dominated by radiation into a universe dominated by matter. It was also around this point when photons lost their thermal equilibrium with matter. Some spots became hotter and denser than others, forming the cosmic microwave background and turning the universe transparent. It took another 200 million years for these hotspots to collapse under their own weight and form the earliest stars. More stars, more stars, more stars, bam. 400 million years since the Big Bang, and we've already got galaxies. At 3 billion years, these galaxies form clusters. At 5 billion years, these clusters form superclusters. Oh wait, these galaxies are spinning so incredibly fast. So what's stopping them from being torn apart? Surely gravity, right? Surely gravity, right? No, it's dark matter. Remember the CMB? If you take a closer look at these hotspots, they contain both baryonic matter and dark matter. Basically, the gravitational pull of this dark matter allowed more baryonic matter to join the hotspot party and made these areas super dense. As galaxies formed, dark matter surrounded them to hold them together. According to Harvard, without dark matter, there would be no stars, no planets, and thus no life. Dark matter itself doesn't reflect or emit light, and doesn't interact with 3 of the fundamental forces. Dark matter generally drives the growth of large-scale cosmic structures that is 5 times as much as matter. It's been 10 billion years since the Big Bang. The solar system and the Earth have all formed. All this dark matter and ordinary matter is starting to slow down the universe's expansion. But not today, said the universe, and create dark energy. No one knows where and how it came to be. It acts in mysterious ways. For example, if you got a balloon containing 10 joules of energy, its energy density decreases as it expands. But with dark energy, puffing the balloon up gives you more dark energy, maintaining the energy density and making the balloon expand faster and faster. Where did this extra energy come from? No one knows. Maybe it's just God trolling us. But whatever it is, it's making our universe expand blazingly fast. And this brings us to the future. Nothing lasts forever, and neither does the universe. The universe has 3 possible endings. The first is the Big Rip. According to the Big Rip, as the universe continues to acceleratedly expand, galaxies, solar systems, and planets are pulled apart. Eventually, this acceleration will become so fast that atoms are pulled apart and dark energy overcomes the strong nuclear force, tearing apart the nuclei of atoms and finally destroying all subatomic structures forever. But if the universe stops accelerating, we get the Big Freeze. The universe expands, heat energy stays constant, and everything cools until it reaches absolute zero, extinguishing stars, planets, and all life. And finally, the universe just does the Uno reverse and starts shrinking. We get the Big Crunch, where the universe turns back into the singularity, and all 13.8 billion years of history are wiped out forever. Well, that's crazy, isn't it? Now you know where the universe came from. It's like the Big Freeze and the Big Crunch. You should hit the big subscribe button. This video was not sponsored by BoardVPN.